Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you a battle I had in the Kei Otsu. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but this is the new free tank we got this year, and I'm really enjoying it. It's got a nice combination of speed and stealth with a punchy gun, but it lacks in armor and it lacks in penetration. So much so that you'll notice I'm running all premium ammunition in it. You can do okay in a tier 3 battle with a standard ammo, but it's 48 millimeters is marginal at tier 3, especially against tier 4s. So I like to run the premium ammo on this. So in this particular battle, you'll see mines north side. I go ahead and go up to the middle, but I don't go to the traditional middle. I go to the lower side, and the reason I do that is because there are two enemy artillery, and they're both solid M7 Priest and Vespa, which can do one-shot me. And so I am taking it a little cautious and just taking what they give me. I see that there's a damaged T-Rex out there. I go ahead and finish him off. Then I turn around and start focusing back on the main. Well, not yet. I'm distracted by this other red over here, but I see that there's 3-4 of my guys over there taking care of them, so I decide to go ahead and turn back around. Now, this battle starts off kind of slow. I'm hesitant. This position isn't working that great because there's a red who's all the way up at J6, and I believe that's the Thresher, and he starts taking chunks out of me, and I just can't hold that position with him there. So I go ahead and back off, wait for his attention to shift, wait for my stealth to kick back in, and then I peek up and see if I can get a shot on him, but he's moved back into cover. He's focusing elsewhere. So I just can't figure out a really good way to exert myself here, so I just cautiously poke forward until an opportunity arises. And I'm not happy with the way things are looking, so I decide I'm just going to flank, because that meat grinder is not going to be very good for me. Don't have the armor, don't have the health. So, I'll go ahead and start flanking. And I have an unexpected surprise when I get up here. I get spotted real quick, and I'm like, how the heck did that happen? And I realize there's a medium Mark III sitting right there. And he's still full health, so I look to see who's coming. I got a Moroshko coming on my side. He's got some armor. So I'm patient. I'm going to let him take the lead, because I can see Artie's coming this way. I don't want to get one shot. Artie is the bane of my existence. So now he's got his attention. I come out and get some shots in, use my DPM. This gun is just fine for a little target like that. And back off when I start getting too much attention. Took a hit from a Stewart across the way there. I can see his position, so I go ahead and inch up once I lose my detection and start working him over. And I'm watching in sniper mode to see when he starts looking like he's going to shoot back. And as soon as he does, I pull back. See right there. And then I start, wait for my spotting to go away, so I'm not going to get shot as soon as I poke out. There, now I can poke out a little bit and see what's there. And he's still there, so I go ahead and finish him off. Again, stealth is key. That's what this tank lives and dies on. So I wait. I see that there's a tank destroyer coming around behind me, but I also see that he's heavily damaged. I can one-shot him. So I go a little bit Rambo on him here, crossing instead of just charging, so that I can keep his aim off, finish him off, see that T127, and decide I don't want to mess with him. See, Artie's trying to hit me. I do not want to stop out in the open. If I do, I'm dead. I do get one lucky pen on the T127 while I'm juking around there. Now again, losing my spot. And once I do, I decide, you know what, if the Artie's focusing this way and there's a T127 right there, I'm not going to take that. I'm going to use this cover to get some distance. Now, I've got a teammate over there, my last non-Artie teammate. He comes and he starts laying into that T-127, but I know that's a bad position. I'm not going to do anything about it because he's already dead and just doesn't know it. And sure enough, Artie takes him out. So now it's 5-on-2. I see the Thresher over there, and he spots our Artie. Their Artie takes out our Artie. It is now 5 versus 1 against a Thresher, a T-127, a Martyr 2, which is not playing, but I don't know that yet, and 2 Artie that are out hunting me. Now, at this point, I get a little bit lucky. Had that T-127 been aggressive, I would have died here. There's no way I could have outfought him with Artie support if he was any competent player at all. So I decide if he's not going to push it, I'm not going to hit him yet. I'm going to wait for him to make a mistake. So I want to go see what's up with that T-120 or Thresher. The Thresher was the same one that shot me earlier in the game. He worked his way all the way around the outside of the map, but he took some serious damage. He is also a one-shot. Now, those that don't know about the Thresher, the weak spot on it is the turret. It's a small target. That little Panzer I turret is really hard to hit, but if you get a chance, that's where to shoot it, and it will die quickly if you can get hits there. The chassis is just too heavily armored for this gun. Now he spots me because he came over the top there. Notice I don't push in on him. Artie expects that, he expects that. I don't have the health to lose. So I go and draw him down and out, and I'm using my mobility just to get as much distance as I can. You'll see how quickly I outspot him here shortly. He does come chasing me down, and wait for it. There he is. I spot him. He does not spot me. That tells me a very important thing. So I have time to get set up. He's chasing. He thinks I've run all the way around the mountain. So I'm going to set up my shot. Now, my camo isn't as good as I had hoped. He does spot me here even with bush. My first shot misses. Aim in. Second shot misses. That turret's hard to hit. The third shot scores it. I kill him. Now, back up, use that rock to hide me from Artie. That's been the theme through this whole game. It's just surviving that Artie. Lose my spot, but I still hesitate. I want to make sure the Artie doesn't guess what I'm doing. Then I go ahead and pull out. Now, I don't know where anybody is, so I'm just going to do a spotting run here. See if I can't figure out. There we go. T-127. Same one. He's looking the other way. He does spot me, which is dangerous. I am not going to stop in the middle of the open where Artie can nail me. I'm going to run for an Artie safe position right here. I've also got a rock between me and T-127 so I can reset a little bit. Wait for my spot to lose, and then pull out. Now I can work him over. He spots me, but I'm committed. I want him dead. And he's gone. Back up a little bit just to make sure I'm already safe. Okay, 3 tanks left. I do not know where they are except for the Artie, because I can see their tracers. But I don't know which Artie that is, or if it's both of them. So I start going around the flank. I figure they're ready for the frontal assault. I'm going to go around the long way, see if I can't catch an Artie from the backside. Now as I do this, my attention is focused on where they are. You see the other Artie shows up on the map? I did not see that in battle. I completely missed it because my attention was focused elsewhere and because the minimap position isn't where I'm used to, so it just wasn't in my field of peripheral vision. So I continued trundling along, not knowing that that Wespa must have followed that Thresher all the way around the mountain. I get over here, I spot the priest, get one shot into him, but then he ducks into cover. So I go ahead and move on up. Now I haven't been spotted yet. And look what I spot. The AFK martyr. Now I know he's AFK. I work him over. I just lose a little movement in between each shot, try and kill him fast, because I know that priest is aiming, and then notice how I change direction when I think the priest is about to shoot. It works. He shoots behind me. Now, I gotta lose spot. Again, I don't realize where that Vespa is. So I'm gambling 50-50 which way he's going to be ready for. So let's see what happens. Get a shot, and he shoots too quick. He was ready for the right side, but aiming at the wrong spot. And that gives me the time I need to finish him off. And notice that the Vespa shot hits the top of the rock, but I couldn't see a tracer. I don't know where that shot came from. So I'm sitting here thinking, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And I think, you know, he probably went along the J line while I was flanking around the north. So that's where I go. Trundle along. And of course, I know now from the replay that he's not there, but I didn't know that at the time. So I go trundling along, waste some time, and then when I see the clock ticking down, I know how much time I need to cap out, and so I just head back. I realize, you know what, it's just not worth chasing him all over the map, not knowing where he is and running out of time. Let's go for the sure win. If he does come and try to defend the base, then, you know, we'll shoot it out. Hopefully I'll be ready for him. So as we're waiting for this to play out, let me just talk a little bit more about this tank and its tech tree brother. They're pretty identical, but there's one big difference, and that's that the tech tree tank has a better gun. It's not hugely better, but it has about 10% more alpha damage, and it has about 5mm or so, 10, I think it's 10 on the standard round, more penetration, which means you don't have to run premium, because that 58mm versus 48mm is significantly better at this tier. So it's a lot cheaper to run, but it doesn't have a silver bonus, so it kind of comes out in the wash. I do like the standard version's higher alpha better. So there you go. That's my take on it. You gotta play stealthy in this thing. That's what it does. If you go brawling, you're gonna die. I love the way it handles too. The mobility, it's not super fast in a straight line, but 50 kph is fast enough to, you know, get around. But it just turns really nicely, handles nicely, very predictable, and I really enjoy that. Okay, now here, capping. Don't talk a lot about that a lot because I don't do it a lot. I would much prefer to kill the Vespa if I had time and knew where he was. But you notice what I do here is I just don't go hide behind the big rock to the front there like a lot of people do, because that's what expected. So what I do is I back up to a position where I can get vision to my left, vision to my right, the two most likely angles of approach, and if he surprises me by coming directly from the other side of the rock, I can simply take a quick snapshot and then back over this little rock here to get cover from his splash. So I'm kind of setting myself up here for a kind of reaction to whatever he does. Now, I don't know it at the time, but he's not coming apparently. He's just happy to just sit there and hide wherever he's hiding. He doesn't even shoot at the base to give his location away. Had I seen a tracer and saw that it was close, I might have looked at the clock and said, hey, I can hunt him down. But he doesn't. He is somehow, I don't know, he just wants to survive. He doesn't care if he wins or loses, I guess. So we just let the clock tick down. And what was 5 versus 1 ends up 1 versus 1, and the cap out secures the Kolobanov's medal. I really enjoyed this battle. This is actually my first battle in this tank, but I played the tech tree tank, so I knew what to expect. And here we go. I hope you enjoyed this replay. You'll see 1400 base experience, just shy of 1000 damage, 8 kills. Had it been a higher tier, it would have been a Radley Walters medal. You can see that even though I was shooting premium ammo, I did still make a little bit of silver, but consumables are half price this weekend, so had I not had that benefit, I would have lost silver. That's worth noting. And you'll see my president was Barack Obama. I do a lot of American crews with presidents. Kolobanov's medal and the final scorecard.